A new peer-reviewed journal says that 10 out of 10 men that watch this channel are handsome devils. Hey kids, welcome back to the channel. I am Uncle Frank and hope that you are having a fantastic day. When you are in the business of buying and selling cards, it is inevitable that you start to accumulate a lot of bulk. When you have so much bulk building up in your collection, your inventory, etc., you start to wonder what to do with it, and you start to wonder how to store all of it. You can't just have piles and piles of cards lying around, and this video here today is going to be talking about how I store bulk. Before we can get into the how, I feel like I should explain the what. You see, for me, insofar as I'm concerned, there are really two kinds of bulk. There is short-term bulk, and then there is long-term bulk, and from my perspective, there's two different ways to store these two different kinds of bulk. Now, short-term bulk is bulk that you have no plans to list and sell yourself on whatever online marketplace or store you happen to use. eBay, TCG Player, Card Market, etc. When it comes to this short-term bulk, you've already gotten your value out of it. So you're just going to take what you don't want to deal with and let it be somebody else's problem. Meanwhile, long-term bulk is the stuff that you do plan on sorting through and selling in the future. You just can't get to it right now for whatever reason. You have other projects you have to take care of, so you want that stuff organized or just stored away for the future, and you don't plan on getting rid of it for bulk prices. Now, over the decades, there have been numerous companies making several different ways to store cardboard. And I think BCW has just kind of done it the best. There are fancier card storage boxes. There's some nice plastic ones. There's some metal ones out on the market. But insofar as I'm concerned, all you really need for your card storage needs is just a good old plain BCW box. Now, for short-term bulk, I recommend just using a BCW monster box. It's got several rows inside, can store several thousand cards, and you can just throw them in here over time until it's full, and then you can just sell it all at once to whoever. But for the long-term bulk, I really cannot recommend enough the BCW cardboard houses and the 800 count storage boxes. I didn't have an empty one to display, so I'm assembling it right now. Speaking of assembly, these are super easy to put together. They've got kind of a scratching sound to them, you know? And they're super cheap. You can get these online for like what, $2 to $3, $1 if you buy them in bulk to store your bulk. And when these 800 count boxes are used in conjunction with the cardboard houses, it gives you a very easy, convenient way to store and organize your cards over a long period of time. I can't express enough how convenient these are to have, because you can organize them by set, color, etc., and you can just completely change how you want to display them. These things are what? Yeah, 3 rows of 4, so you can store 12 of these bad boys in that small space, and you can move them around as much as you want, reorganize them, etc. It's very different from the monster box. If you want to move a monster box around, you have to pick up the entire thing and haul it, but with these, you just got to pull one of these out of the socket, and when you're done with it, put it back. That wasn't supposed to move. Now, there's a bunch of brands on the market, as I said earlier, making a bunch of different ways to store your cards, but in my opinion, BCW gives you the best bang for your buck. It's relatively cheap, and it's fairly durable. These things are super long-lasting. They can be reused a near infinite amount of times, insofar as you don't bang them or rip them up, etc. They're easy to work with, makes it very easy to keep your stuff organized, and when you're a store, it serves as a wonderful place to put all of your relatively cheap cards that you wouldn't have otherwise put into a display case or something. You know, the 15-cent cards that you don't want cluttering up your big old, what are those things called? Those glass display cabinets? Yeah. All those cards can go in here. And it still looks relatively professional, too, which I think is always nice. I mean, not the way I currently have it set up. There's a bunch of empty ones over here. But when you have it well organized, it does look pretty good. And I think BCW provides perhaps the best way to do it at an easy rate. This channel is not sponsored by BCW. I do not get a kickback by mentioning BCW products, just so you're aware. Now, as for how many storage boxes you should have, It kind of depends on you. In my personal opinion, you should have 2 or 3 monster boxes lying around at any given time to fill up with bulk, and then when those are full, get rid of them. Sell them to whoever. But for the cardboard houses, it really is up to you. I mean, my business needs are constantly growing. I'm always having more cards come in, so I'm always buying more cardboard houses and the BCW 800 count boxes to fill up this wall. And over time, I imagine I'm going to get a lot more. But if you only have a few thousand cards, 50,000 cards tops, just a few of these is still pretty good to have. That's really all I've got for you today, kids. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, and remember, for every like this video gets, I will be doing a push-up in the next one. So if you want to see me get healthy, please hit that like button. Ciao. My previous 2 videos got a collective 26 likes. Oh, God. Ten. 20. That's 26. Ugh.